Hey, hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Ola Joe. How are you all? My camera is tilted. Let me fix that right quick. Let's see here. I think that's better. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Can you all hear me okay? Can everybody see my cutting board? And can you hear me okay? Hey, let me see, let me see. Hey, Tracy, how are you? I have my computer over here a little bit closer to me so that I can kind of see the chat. Yes. Oh, I need to turn this audio down over here. Okay. Good to see you in that kitchen. Yes, yes to both. Okay, perfect, 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 perfect. I need to get this in the oven right quick, and then we will move on to something else. Let's see, let's see. I'm a hot mess over here. Time went by faster than I thought. I probably should have said 1 instead of 12:30, but it is what it is. Okay. So this is just some hot melted butter in here that I'm going to put in this cornbread, stir it up, and put it on in the skillet. Put it in the oven, put it back in the oven. Okay, I got some sweet potatoes on over here. Yes. Hey, Francis, how are you all? I had to do this anyway. And today was the day I was going to do it anyway. So I said, okay, well, since I have to do it anyway, I might as well come on here and do it with you all, okay? So that's how this happened. Pour this on in here. And I tend to prep anything I can prep ahead of time. Because it can be overwhelming and too much when you try to do it all the day before or the day of. I mean, we kind of want to enjoy our holidays. It's just like everybody else. Okay. And this cornbread doesn't have to be perfect because it's for the dressing, which means it's going to get crumbled up, torn up anyway. So we don't care how it comes out looking. We just want it done. Since I'm talking, I want to make sure I put my time on since I'm over here running my mouth with you all. Yeah, so how's everybody doing? Squishy socks, Anissa, yes. Awesome, awesome. So glad to see all of you all. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, so I can get it back in the refrigerator, is grate all my cheese. So we're gonna have a little noise for a minute, but that's okay. Gotta get it done. Make sure everything's plugged up over here. I'm gonna grate all this cheese for my mac and cheese. And I'm gonna grate it, and I'm gonna put it in Ziploc bags and put it back in the refrigerator. All this kind of stuff can be done a week or so in advance. I have some sweet potatoes back here cooking as well. I'm gonna make my pie filling because I can actually put my pie filling in the freezer for the next week. Take it out, put it in the refrigerator, let it thaw out. I'll be making my pie crust probably next Monday, like 2 to 3 days beforehand. They'll be in there. All I have to do is take my pie crust out, roll it out, pour the filling in, and bake. Let's see here. Okay, these are good. Those cook just a little bit more. Now, you can roast your potatoes. Amazing flavor when you roast them for your sweet potato pie. I do both. It just depends on how I feel. I roasted them for Thanksgiving, so we boiling them this time. There's really no rhyme or reason. It's just like what I feel like at the time, that's what happens. That's what happens. Time for mushroom coffee. Yes. Where's our coffee? Yeah, grab your coffee, grab your tea. see here, got that on. And this really, grating this cheese really goes pretty fast. And that's why I don't mind grating it. If you have a food processor, then that's amazing. Because it does grate so fast. I'll just use that bowl right there. So I'm not using that bowl. I don't know why the bowl is even out here. Okay. Simple process, put it in and let her go. One block. Y'all see how quick that was? Oh my goodness. Now you will have some chunks up at the top, and I have this out here because for me, it's easier for me to dump it on parchment paper, and then I can kind of hold the parchment paper into the bag, because trying to get this round thing into this, it's not even a square, whatever you want to call this shape, bag, I've been there, done that. had a bigger mess. So I've learned to do it that way. And sometimes you have, well, it depends on what I'm using it for. I will not go back in. Sometimes you end up with a few chunks like this that come out of your food processor. I won't go back in and try to grate that or cut that up because it's just gonna melt for the mac and cheese, so it doesn't matter. I just like to have the rest of it shredded. Yes, awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see here. And everybody that's over here, if you all aren't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because as you can see from today, this is the channel where I will be going live from. And it'll be a mixture of different lives, just depends on what I'm going live about. I'm incorporating all of my channels on this one when it comes to going live. Sit up there. And see, easy peasy. And it's kind of hot in here in this house because I got the oven on, and so I want to hurry up and get my cheese back into the refrigerator too. Okay, and now into the bag. And that's why I use the parchment paper, okay? Oh, easy, easy, easy. Now, if you have two different types of cheese, I have two different types of cheese this time, and I'm going to have a third, but I haven't picked the third cheese up yet. And my son is actually going to make the mac and cheese. He's telling me I'm making the mac and cheese. I'm like, okay, you can make the mac and cheese. So I'm just grading this for him. But I put my separate cheese in separate bags, just in case I don't use it all. Then I won't have it mixed up in case I need it for something else. I can just take that out of there. I don't need that. Okay, block number 2. We have 3 more blocks to do. And I just kind of like to get this from out of here as I go along so that it won't get so terribly messed up. And I will also probably, no guarantees, I probably will do just a Q&A live right before the holidays. Anybody have any last minute questions about something they're making or something they want to make, yada, yada, yada. I will probably do that this coming up weekend or something like that, or something around that time frame. Okay, back to our bag. Easy peasy. Yes, it is. And 1 second here. I'm going to rinse my hands off right quick. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So now I got 2 more blocks to go. 1 more cheddar and 1 Monterey Jack. Is that Monterey? Yep, Monterey Jack. I forgot what I bought. All right. This is a gallon size bag, so that's 3 blocks. So 4 blocks is going to probably be good for a gallon size bag if you just needed to measure for whatever reason. Wanted to measure. Okay. Throw all that junk away in a minute. All right. And you can, if you were actually shredding, if I was actually shredding this cheese, just to have shredded cheese on hand, and I didn't necessarily have a plan for it, knowing me, and you don't have to do this, it's not like really super necessary, but I would probably wash my food processor in between types of cheese. I'm just saying, that's just me. It is surely not necessary because it's not that much cheese residue left in your food processor. Now I am going to get all of this out of the bottom because that's my last, this is my last cheddar bag. But if I have a few crumbs of cheddar in a mozzarella or something like that, it's nothing to concern myself with. Okay. And we can get this contraption out of the way. Hey Carolina, how are you? Okay, we are done with the cheddar. Just getting some of the air out. All shredded and ready to go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna sit that right there until I do this last one, and I don't need that big of a bag. I had a hat. Okay, there it is. All right, let's get this one done. Thanks, Ola Joe, for putting those links in there. I appreciate you. Okay, so do this one. All right. We are officially done grating the cheese. One step down. Like I say, anything that I can make and freeze or it won't matter. I mean, the cheese in the refrigerator is not gonna matter. I'm not waiting until the last minute or the last day to do it. Like I said, I'm making my pie filling in a minute, right here with you guys. And then as the day it comes, all I have to do is roll out my dough, pour it in. Well, of course, unthaw it, but pour it in, and I'm good to go. It also gives me what I call think time. Like, what did I forget? What did I forget to do? Or just in case I get ready to do something, prepping early and realize, oh, I don't have such and such. I still have time to go and get it. So all this stuff over here. Even this. Okay. We get to clean up our mess. All right. Putting this one in. Okay, now I am going to put my cheese in the refrigerator and clean up the mess. I'll be right back. We got about 4 minutes on that. All right, I can move this base of this food processor as well. And clean up all the little pieces of cheese that did fly places. Oh my goodness. That right there, I won't need it. Okay. Turn these potatoes off so they can kind of settle down a little bit. So who all is cooking for Thanksgiving, and what are you cooking? What are you cooking? What are you preparing? Okay, let's see here. I need to grab a colander. My hand mixer. Sit this over here. That way I can get ready to drain my potatoes. And I want them to cool just a little bit, not very much, just a little bit. Okay, so I got the grated cheese done. The pie filling is making. I need to get this cornbread on out of here. It's good. It's good, it's good. Got a minute on my timer, it's great. Just regular cornbread. Let that cool. And all I'm gonna do is take it out of that pan, cut it up some, enough to fit in a bag or something once it's completely cool, and freeze it. And freeze it. Let me dump these potatoes right quick. Need that pot somewhere right there. I'm gonna let those drain a few minutes before we do that, and I'm gonna start cutting up. I need to cut up 4 things. I need to chop celery and onions for my potato salad. I need to chop up celery, onion, and green pepper. Chop it up pretty fine, small bite, really small pieces, for my dressing. Then in chunks, I need to chop up the same thing, plus add a little garlic into my container so I won't forget the garlic. I don't really cut it up, I just peel it and add it in there. For my actual turkey, I cook a turkey on Christmas as well, and for my gravy. So those go in chunks, and the other stuff have to be cut up fine. So let's do that. I will start with my small stuff first. Now, I have some onions right here that are chopped, that I chopped up. Was it yesterday, I think it was? I didn't chop them up really well. Where's my knife? I didn't chop them up really well, all of them, because I was doing a video. I was doing a short video, and I didn't need them chopped up fine for what I was doing. So I'm going to add these, since they will be cooked, to my container for my dressing. And I just have these containers sitting right here in front of me. And I'm gonna dump this onion in here. The general consensus, at least the way I make mine, the way I make not just my dressing, typically anything, and this is just by my method, anything that calls for the Trinity, which is green peppers, onion, celery, green peppers, onions, however you want to say it. The general consensus of the way I cook and what I use is less bell pepper than celery, less celery than onion. So you have more onion than anything. Then next in line, you have celery, and then the least you have green peppers. And that's the way my mama taught me. And she always said the reason being is because your green pepper, whether cooked or raw, even though your onions have this strong scent, the green pepper is actually a stronger vegetable than it is the celery and the onion. And it goes in that form. And this is why you want less of that. And the next in line is your celery and then your onion. So you have more onion. And also as a flavor profile, if you do it that way, it comes out really, really balanced. So I will have more onion than I will have celery, and I'll have more celery than I have green pepper. Now that's for my dressing. Now in my potato salad, I only need celery and onion. So I'll still have more onion than I will have celery. So if I don't use all three, I still use that same principle. Anissa said, that is so true. Yes, yes. Instapot turkey breast. All right, and the spiral ham. Kimberly says, basic dinner this year. Turkey, ham, collards. Girl, that ain't basic. That sounds yummy. That's what I'm having. With a few more sides to it. Hey, Wanda, how are you? I am not cooking, going to my daughter's. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Very interesting on the Holy Trinity. Thank you for the info. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, that's the way I do it. And speaking of, I need to grab some onion. And I guess I'll just use my trusty little bowl here for peeling them. And I can get rid of this container. And I'm probably going to just do my onion. Then we're going to skip over and get the sweet potato pie filling made. And then we'll come back to this. And when it comes to my celery, as well as my onions, I have a garden. Most of you all know, at the Scaredy Cat Gardener on YouTube. If you don't know, I keep the bottom of my onion, the part that has the little roots coming out already. I keep that. I'll slice that off in the end or when I'm done slicing. And I keep about 2 inches of my celery. And I'll go outside and I plant it. And in the spring, I have nice stalk celery and onions galore. So I will be keeping the bottom half of that. So I don't want to cut it off just yet. I don't care about that layer of onion. And I have not put that video out just yet. But I've been cutting my onions up a little bit differently lately. So I'm getting ready to do that now with this one. I hope you guys can see okay. I'm trying to move stuff out the way. I've made the top half, this part right here, I've made this flat. I cut that off. So that's flat. And I'm going to sit it down just like this. And we're going to go around the whole thing and make slices. But don't disturb the root part. Don't disturb that. Maybe like a little bit down from that. You want to cut it. And just slices just like that all the way around the whole onion. You want to do this first, leaving that bottom half intact. And that's why you need to cut off that top to make it flat so it won't slip. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've cut it all the way around. You see it's still intact. Now we're going to sit it on its side. Any side will do. And we're just going to slice straight down. And it'll be chopped. The thinner your slices, the smaller your bits will be. So we're going to just slice it. And watch your hands once you get to a smaller amount of onions. They're all chopped. I'm going to do one more slice on this one. And this part will go in the ground. I'm gonna sit it right there for now. I'm gonna put some of these in here, and they're all chopped. That's it. That is it. Okay, that's enough for the dressing. The rest of these can go in here for my potato salad. Interesting technique. I will have to, yes, it's so easy to me, and for me, it's easier than slicing it in half, then slicing it that, why don't I have to slice it in half? Just slice it. And I'm gonna need just a few more, a little bit more for my potato salad, because I make a good amount, but not much. So I'll do this one, it's more round. But I'm not going to cut this one all the way. I'm gonna make a few slices and cut those slices up into small pieces like this, because I don't need this whole onion. I only need just a little bit more. The rest of it will be in chunks for my turkey and gravy. That looks pretty easy. It is. I love to cook, but if you are anybody that has been with me for any amount of time, know that although I love to cook, I love quick and I love easy. I don't want to be in the kitchen all day, every day. No. Well, when I do it, I do it. I love to cook, but I don't want to. I like easy and I like quick and I like simple. Just get this peel off of here. I don't know why this peel is being so difficult. Usually it just comes off in like 1 or 2 pieces. That's a little better. Maybe it's me the way I'm doing it today. Who knows? Okay, I'm gonna leave that piece right there because it's annoying me. And when I do cut slices off, I literally cut them, stack them up, even little pieces that fall out, stack them up, cut that stack in half, take your finger off, and then turn it sideways and cut. And that's chopped. Do this half, and that's enough onion. And I don't want my potatoes to get completely cold, so I'm gonna grab those after I cut this up so we can make our pie filling. And this is enough. Put that little chunk over there. Okay, let's see. That's there. I need to clean my cutting board off right quick. Okay, grab my sweet potatoes. Put that there. It sure is, all of y'all. Things are so. And last time I went to the store, it took me two different days and 2 different times to get the things I needed. And you know, I still forgot something. So these are my sweet potatoes that I cooked. I'm just dumping them back in the pot I cooked them in. No sense in dirtying up a bowl. I like to cook. I don't like to clean. That's my sister. Seriously, that's my sister. She likes to clean. She likes to clean. It's like, we gotta have to clean. Like, what's wrong with you, girl? Yes. And she has a YouTube channel too. I've been trying to get her to come back on YouTube. She hasn't been on for a while. Okay, so back to business here. Oh, first thing you need to do before you can make your sweet potatoes and blend them or anything else, you must plug up your mixer. That might help. Okay, so what I do before I do anything is I mix my potatoes, because sweet potatoes have strings in them. And if you don't mix it well, strings will be in your pie. So what I do is I mix, then I take my mixer to my sink and I rinse my beaters off carefully, because typically mine's still plugged up, but it won't be today because I can't reach that far. But carefully rinse it, then mix it again, rinse it, mix it again until you stop getting so many strings on your beaters. You don't want to scrape down your beaters when it has those strings on it, because you're putting the strings right back into your pie. So that's what I'm getting ready to do right now. Okay, see this? I don't know if y'all can see the strings on here. Can you see all those strings all over the beater? You don't want that in your food. You don't. So we unplug for today. Take this over here just like this, and we rinse. You don't have to worry about drying them off and all that. They don't have to be absolutely perfectly. Don't wash them. No soap. Just rinse with water, okay? Unfortunately, I do not have an electrical outlet anywhere on my island, so I have to run extension cords. It is what it is. But at any rate, now we repeat. Do it again, because you're going to have more strings. And I would press eject, and it came out of there, but that's okay. We'll just eject them and take them out. Anyway, I'm going to rinse again. And Anissa, you know, I'm pretty sure you can see my stand mixer. I don't use it that much. The reason being is because some stand mixers, you can raise and lower the beaters. That one does not move. Typically, if you have a stand mixer, what you want to do is when it's empty and you're not getting ready to use it, put a dime, just a dime, not a penny, not a quarter, not a nickel, a dime. Why a dime? Because a dime is your thinnest coin. Put a dime in the bottom of your mixer and turn your mixer on. And if that dime moves, then that will guarantee you that whatever you're putting in your mixer will be mixed at the bottom. Unfortunately, my mixer does not reach the bottom and it cannot be lowered. It's about that much from the bottom, okay? I put a quarter in, I put a nickel, I put a few coins in there, it didn't touch it. And I found every time I use it, I gotta stop, lift it up, whatever, and I gotta start scraping from the bottom, scraping from the bottom. So I just might as well use my hand mixer. But that mixer is a great blessing. It was a gift to me. I love it because it grinds meat, it has a blender, and it has a pasta maker on it. So we don't have to use the mixer part, but we use the other parts for sure. I grate my own onions and I haven't had any issues. Oh yeah, you can grate onions. Mix, rinse, and repeat. Yes, I don't typically grate my onions because when you grate onions, you'll get a lot more of the juice out of them. Then they'll be wet. So it depends on what I'm using it for, whether it matters to me or not. But I also like the process of doing it by hand. That's one of the things I do like about cooking is doing everything by hand. So I don't mind that part. And we do it again. This is time number 3, but y'all saw the second time how many strings were on the beater. And now we only have a very few, so we're done. You're never going to get all of them out because they're stringy. That's what they are. You're never going to get them all out. Exactly, Ollie Joe. I've impressed this on my daughter to buy a head. Yes, yes. Hey, Carla. My first time seeing you live. You had taught me so much over the past several. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. Okay, now my butter is not as soft as I want it to be, and my potatoes are not as hot as I want them to be. Therefore, I am going to soften this butter just a little bit more than it already is. It's a little soft. It's room temperature, but I need it to be a little bit softer. That's good enough. So when it comes to my sweet potato pie, I kind of dump and go. I taste. taste, I dump, I go. So I put the butter in. I don't measure it. And that's what I'm trying to say. I don't measure it. This is some heavy cream. I typically don't put condensed milk in mine, but a lot of people do. Do you, boo? I just kind of pour and go and taste. Oh my goodness. This is vanilla extract. As a matter of fact, this is Madagascar vanilla extract. The best vanilla extract, in my opinion. In my opinion. This is some cinnamon. Cloves, ground cloves. Ginger. And what I'm doing, you all can't see. I need to open up this side. You all can't see it. I'll see if I can tilt this and you can see it. See that? See how I got something over here, something over here? That's the way I put my seasonings in, so I can see what I have in and how much I have each. I don't put them in the same spot. I kind of put them all over the place like that. So I need a couple of eggs that I'm going to lightly beat, if I can find my fork. And it's right behind me. That's one. And this makes two. Okay, for whatever reason, I couldn't get my faucet off. I'm back. Here's some more. I know, right? This is egg number 2. And we'll set this all aside. And sugar. This is the sugar that I like to use. You can use brown sugar, you can use white sugar, you can use sugar substitute, you can use whatever you want. But I like this all natural pure cane sugar. And yes, I'm getting to pour some in here and I'm not measuring. It'll be fine. And a tad bit of all-purpose flour. And I'm not measuring this, but it's a measuring scoop in here, so you don't need much of the all-purpose flour because your potatoes are, well, they're potatoes. So you don't need much. Okay, so now I think I got everything in there. I will blend and I'll taste, and then it'll tell me if I got everything in there. Need to scrape down my sides. taste. See what we need more of. I need something. I need a little bit more cinnamon and a little bit more sugar. Definitely a little bit more sugar. Oh, it's good. And since I put more sugar in, I'm putting more vanilla. Okay, now let's mix this up. Okay, now, new spoon, new spoon, new spoon. We taste again. Ooh, now that's good. So we got another spoon because since that was so good, we want a little bit more. We need the spoon so we can get a real spoonful of the filling. It's just like the pie. Come on, y'all. I just don't have no crust. And it's not set. Same thing. Perfect. Good question, because I've never done that either. So what does the flour does, because I haven't tried that, it kind of binds it, holds it together, gives it more of a solid texture. It ensures it won't be jiggly or too loose as a custard pie, because sweet potato pie is a custard pie. When you add that little bit of flour in it, it helps it set more. It's more stable. It's more solid than any looseness at all. That little scooper that I had was a 1/3 cup scooper, but it wasn't even full. So you don't need much. And I'm making enough pie filling. This is going to fill probably 2 pies, and then I may have a little left over. I may even have enough for 3 in here, but 2 for sure, and probably a little left over. That's what I usually have. And I use 2 bags of the sweet potatoes. Did you put no? Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. And your bill like it too. No, ma'am. I do not like nutmeg. So we put cinnamon, cloves, and ginger. No nutmeg. When I taste something that has nutmeg in it, you know, it depends on where I am, what I'm doing. I may eat it. I don't want no nutmeg. I don't like the flavor of nutmeg at all. So no nutmeg. Okay, so let me move this mixer. Take my beaters out when we're done with those. And sit it over here. Might help if I unplug it. And I think this container is too big, but I'm using it anyway. And we just want to put our filling in here, and then we'll freeze it. I'll let it cool completely down. It's still quite warm. And I'll freeze it. Maybe like Christmas Eve or something. No, Christmas Eve will be when I actually make the pie. So Christmas Eve is Tuesday, so like Monday night, I'll take it out the freezer and put it into the refrigerator. got to get all your goodness out of your pot. Okay. That's not necessary. I just wanted it even looking. And so I am going to sit this to the side. And we will now finish cutting up our other ingredients. Move all this stuff out the way. Oh, and quick intermission. If y'all don't have y'all Pam's Prep seasoning, you better grab it. I now have no salt, and I also have Fiery Hot, which I don't have out here with me because I forgot to grab one, okay? And the regular, all right, at pamspreps.com. Okay, so let me move these spoons, wipe my cutting board off again. Turn this on the other side because I got some pie on it. I didn't use that. And grab my knife. Okay, so where's my, oh, here they are. I need these two containers for the chunks that I'm gonna cut up. And the chunks, this is my favorite part. No rhyme, no reason, just cut some chunks up. We're gonna go in and around the turkey as well as, and I said for my chunks for my gravy, but what I do is I typically don't chop up my giblets or anything into my dressing, but I will cook them, and the neck, I will cook all of that. And in the pot that I'm cooking that in, I put chunks of celery, onion, and green pepper to flavor it with garlic. So I can, excuse me, flavor it. I need water. 1 second. Oh, I swallowed wrong. That's good enough. It'll flavor it, and it, so that's why I need it. I need it in that. I don't actually need the chunks in my gravy. Again, I'm gonna keep the bottom half of that. And do this onion. I don't know if I can do this here or not. Let's see here. I pinned that, Ola, Joe, so you don't have to keep dropping it. Thank you, though. They do, Kelly. I just don't care for it. I just don't like the flavor of it. I can't stand nutmeg either, says Kelly. Yeah. Ola Joe says, oh, Lord. That's my favorite combo. Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you all hear that? There's no one in here but me. Did you hear that? I have no clue what it was. But at least I have witnesses. Did y'all hear that? That something falling, something doing something over there? I have no clue of what that was. Oh, hey, Bama Gal. Welcome in. Tracy said, I heard it. I know, right? Oh, okay, so I have washed everything off. I'll just pull that piece off. This will go back into the ground. Okay, so I'm going to take, I'm going to cut up a couple of small pieces first for my dressing and my potato salad. It's okay, you're covered. I know, right? Thank you, Kimberly. All right. This is the one for the potato salad. And I'm going to cut up one more for the potato salad. So long. How have you been? So good to see you. Okay, that's done. That's for the potato salad. I don't need to cut anything else up like this for it. Oh, wrong top. I don't know where my other top is, but okay. Okay, now let's do for the dressing. I need to chop up for the dressing. All right, this is going in the one for the dressing. Which will be fully cooked as opposed to the potato salad. Okay. Let's see. And the pieces of celery like this that have the celery leaves on it, they just go in the ones that's going in for the gravy or for the turkey. I don't throw them away. None of these. None of these. They go in there. I think I need 3 more for this. Cut the tops off, they go in there. Miss Pam, when you cut the ends of the onion and celery to freeze them until the time to replant them, no ma'am. I'll be going outside the next day or two and plant them. There is no time to plant. There is no specific time to plant for the onions. I plant onions year round. When I cut an onion, I have an end left. If it's a good day, I'll put them in the refrigerator until I'm ready to go out, like just in the next days or so, a day or so. I'm busy or just don't want to go out there in the cold or whatever. Run on out there, and with the bottom of the onions, there is no planting. Take this piece right here, just like this, put it in the ground with the root side down. Literally, I go outside. Pretend this is a container of dirt, a pot of dirt. I go out there, I push it in about this far down. I push it in just enough, cover it up, and walk back in the house. That's all I do. The celery piece, I take it, this is a thing of dirt, I take it, put it in the dirt, and push it down so that I can still see the top part of it, okay? You don't cover the top part of the celery, just push it down in there, come back in the house. That's it. Now the celery I call it winterized, okay? It is not winterized. I cannot think of what it is because I always say winterized. It needs chill hours. It needs so many chill hours. I can't think of the formal name of what you call that. I call it winterized. So your celery needs to winterize. So it'll be out there in the cold all winter. But when spring comes, oh my goodness. Every year at Thanksgiving and Christmas time, one of those times I take the celery out there, at least one. My celery stalks normally grow to be about 3 to 4 feet tall. So I'll take that one piece of celery and I'll cut it and I'll freeze some and I'll keep going out there cutting off of it when I need a piece of celery. But I only plant one because it does get so tall and I don't need that much celery. You can see that video on my channel at the Scaredy Cat Gardener too, where I had a 3 foot tall celery. Same thing. Just run out there and plant it. Okay. Now I'm just that's enough for the dressing. So I'm just gonna chop these up and toss them in. And I pretty much do the one for the gravy as well as the gravy and the turkey kind of even. So when I get ready to use them, it really don't matter which one I grab. It doesn't. I have to keep cleaning my cutting board because I can't stand it if I don't. Just little shreds off here. I'm gonna rinse my knife off too. Although I'm just getting ready to cut green pepper. And I think I've washed everything but my green pepper. So we'll do that right quick. That's like magic to me. What's like magic to you? The growing part? Let me rinse these out. Okay. Same thing. And this is a personal preference again. I'm going to use this bell pepper, part of it at least. I don't need the whole thing, but part of it for my dressing as opposed to this one. Why? Because this one's darker. This one's darker. So to me, that tells me it has more flavor. It may not, but I think so. Oh my goodness. And that's the way I like to open my peppers. See? I just went around the top. Just went on top. I won't throw this piece away. Typically, I have saved these seeds before. You can leave this just like this, sit it somewhere, and it'll dry out. Once they dry out, your seeds become plantable. I got way too many to be keeping them, so it'll go in my compost instead. But these little pieces around, this little piece around here, I try to use everything. I try to use all my stuff, okay? So I just cut that out. And this. Just 1 minute. I just got a notification on my phone. Just give me a second, guys. 1 second. I don't know if I can look at that or not. 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I am so sorry for that interruption. I am back. I actually typically silence my notifications when I come on live, but I didn't. And I saw a message come through from both of my older children, one behind the other, which is highly unlikely. There is no emergency. Everything is fine, but I had to go and see. So we're all good. I can finish up. Okay, so back to the bell pepper. So sorry for that long pause, and thank you all for hanging in there with me. Yes. Thank you, Ola Joe, for holding down the fort for me while I was gone. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut up this green bell pepper for the dressing. Here we go. Again, small chunks. Even though we're cooking it, we still don't want to bite down in a big piece of bell pepper. Just 1 second, take that off there. There we go. Okay, dokie. Let's see. That will stop my heart. Yes, it does. No matter how old they get. Those kids in their 30s, but it still does the same thing, Kelly. It does the same thing. It does not. I don't think it ever ends. I do not think it ever ends. Okay, let's see here. And like I said, more onion, then celery, more celery, then bell pepper. So I'm going to cut up a couple of more strips, and then the rest will go towards chunks for my turkey and gravy. Yes. In some ways, they need you to eat. I know, right? Amen, Tracy. Yes. It is a lifelong commitment. It really is. If you're not ready for that lifelong commitment, you can forget about it. And it's always when you least expect it. Always. All right. Okay. So now we are good for our dressing. And I don't know where the other top is for this container. Oh. Here we go. All of this will just go in the refrigerator as is. There we go. Now these will go for chunks. And I will have most of my prep work done. And now I also have between now and that time to take into consideration, what didn't I prep? What didn't I prep? What did I miss? You know, what did I miss? So that's another reason why I like to do it early, because I can sit back and think about it. And do I really get to go into the season, into the day clear? And, you know, I've done everything. Do I need to just, I can stop. But like I said, if I forget something, then I can always have time to still do it. So that's important to me. I don't need these to be small at all. So this, and when it comes to the turkey and everything, I'm taking this membrane out of here. Yeah, it's not necessary. You don't have to take the membrane. You can just chop it up because it's not going to be eaten. That's the thing about it. And I never stuff my turkey because it takes way longer to cook. Now, if you ever see a turkey on my table, it will be stuffed because I stuff it before I put it on the table. I always cook my dressing in a secondary pan or a side pan. I just scoop it out and stuff it before I serve it. I'm not cooking it in there. Sometimes the stuffing will not cook completely, and other times it will just be dry. The turkey will be dry because it will soak up everything coming from that stuffing, and it won't be moist. I don't mean the turkey will be dry, but the stuffing will be dry because the turkey will soak up the liquid and wetness from that dressing. That's much safer, I think. Yes, it ensures everything's done too. That's right, Kelly. Yes, it does. Alrighty then. So now I can put the tops on these. And got it done, y'all. We got it done. Okay. All right, guys, we have done all of our prep work. We made our sweet potato pie filling. I have my cornbread done, and we cut up everything, and we grated all our cheese. Yes, 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 yes. You never use a food chopper thing? I love basting that lid down. I love bashing it. I don't use a food chopper because in the end, then I have more work. For me, it's like more work. It may be quicker, but in the end, I still gotta clean that thing. And most choppers are not that easy to clean. And yes, some of them go in the dishwasher, but usually my dishwasher is full. So it's probably not going in the dishwasher. So I gotta clean it. So the extra time I would take to clean it, I'd rather just go ahead and chop by hand and I'm done. Yes. Right. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You really hate clean? I do. That's something I do because I have to. It's not a choice. I don't have a choice. If I had a choice, I would never, never, ever. You did good. Now all you got to do is put your dinner together. That's right. That's right, Anissa. That's right. I love hand chopping on my cutting, but yes, me too, Ola Joe. Me too. I do. Thank you for a lovely afternoon prepping. Yes, we need a sister collaboration video. I know, right? If I can ever get her to come back on, I need to have her. I'm gonna show her that. I'm gonna show her that in the live. Yes. Thank you for your videos. Love watching them. Have an awesome YouTube. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on that notification bell so you'll get my notifications when I do pop up, okay? Because most of the time, today I think I put it out there a couple hours ahead of time, but in the future, there will be plenty of times that I really will pop up, literally. Okay? And I don't want you all to miss anything, all right? So I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.